Hi everybody, good morning. I'm really excited to come today live to discuss, the idea of treats. And I love a treat. I don't know if you guys love a treat, but I certainly do. And Shabbat is a wonderful time to feel treated. In fact, our feeling treated around Shabbat lasts all week. And if we've done our job right, we actually feel so treated by Shabbat that all week is like all that abundance and inspiration and creativity playing out. So how do we get there? How do we reverse engineer feeling treated, feeling like our life is luxurious all week long? Because that's really the core of that ideal weight abundant mindset. We're not looking for food to solve all of our problems. We're really present and feeling luxurious and treated everywhere in our life and not only in our food. So how do you know you're in an ideal weight mindset around treats and not a weight gain mindset around treats? So the first thing that you actually want to do is you want to write down what you're eating for 1 week. So today is Wednesday. So you want to do from Wednesday to Wednesday. And I like Wednesday because it's exactly in the middle of the week. And you can see it's usually when people are tired, you're halfway through the week, but you're not all the way to the weekend yet. And it's a perfect day to start writing down everything you're eating without judgment. And then at the end of the day, circle what was a really big treat. What was a treat? What wasn't? You were just eating delicious, healthy food for nourishing your body. And it was 2 squares of chocolate. It was a bite of a croissant. It was a glass of wine. It wasn't something that was there to fuel you physically. It was there for pure enjoyment without any need, any basis in your body's energy and nourishment. And it's really important to differentiate because a lot of times, we would put dressing on our salad, but the candied pecans and fruit that we added to the delicious dressing on our salad, like maybe one of those was actually a treat. Like you were really in the mood to treat yourself, and so you added the candied pecans into the berries or the mango and the spinach and the kale and the delicious dressing you were already putting on. So you really want to circle how many of these foods you have in a day. And then you want to write down at the end if you treated yourself to anything in your life intentionally that wasn't food. And this is always mind-blowing because the whole point of Shabbat is to treat ourselves to reading a book, to family time, to couple time, to nurturing new relationships if you're not in a relationship or your companion or spouse is far away from you, to have time to invest in your spirituality. These are treats that are deeply satisfying and rewarding. And we're only going to get to them when we list them. So you really want to focus during the week as well on seeing, hey, am I only rewarding myself with food? Am I only showing myself I'm worthy and amazing in my food? Or is going out onto your porch and really looking at the sunset for a whole minute and a half really a treat? I really try every night in the summer to go out to my porch and watch the sunset with a glass of tea. And it's not about the tea, it's not about putting anything in my mouth, it's just about pausing, and a hot beverage helps me slow down and being present in the luxury of my life. When you make the beds, taking a minute and saying, oh my gosh, I love my new sheets. I love the way my bed is set up. Having a skincare routine is a huge luxury, is a huge treat. Make sure that at the end of the day, you're listing at least one treat. And if you get to the end of the day and you're tracking, do something special. Light a scented candle, sit down, take a few deep breaths, and then give yourself the treat of saying, hey, I would say I'm too busy to track what I ate, and I made the time, and I'm treating myself to this greater level of self-knowledge and awareness. So there's always a treat, and we live an incredibly blessed and luxurious life in this generation. So it's about, honestly, getting honest and owning the tremendous amount of luxuries that are surround us in our day. The fact that we can go to the grocery store and buy the food that we need. And for most of us, we're not worried that when we check out, our credit card is going to get cut in half, you know. These are luxuries, you know, knowing we don't have to do laundry by hand, that we get to use our machines. These are real luxuries. And the more that we increase our appreciation and realize that's just as much a luxury as a piece of chocolate, like, we're gonna build this ideal weight mindset around treats. The second thing is, when you're listing your food treats, do it by the bite. The best treats, the most worth it decadent desserts, the most incredible glasses of wine, the most amazing cocktail, the whatever sweet treat, caloric thing you want to call a treat. Everything, if you talk to a connoisseur of that thing, they will tell you, enjoy it by the bite. Every bite should be a unique treat experience. So if you have a croissant, don't write one croissant. Write how many bites of that thing were actually a treat. Maybe 7, maybe 3. In our Shabbat by Design course, we go really into detail on knowing whether you're somebody who's a volume treater who only feels treated in, like, the more you have something, the more you want of it, or you're somebody who a few bites and they're done. This is really, really important. But it's most important to realize that if at the end of the day, every single day, you have multiple food treats and like 0 to 1, 2, maybe, like real luxury, life abundant treats, that is why your weight is still an issue, and why it will continue to be an issue, and will be less and less and less of an issue as the abundance in your life goes up and the desire to only find treats in your life through food goes down. And in fact, the amount of bites that you enjoy of your treats will go up as well. And you'll feel so much better about yourself. You will feel so much better about your food choices. You will be so much freer and more liberated to enjoy a treat, because you know every bite is a unique, incredible blessing and experience. And then you're going to take that into Shabbat, where you come to Shabbat and you're like, oh my God, Hashem, we balanced my checkbook this week. That feels like such a luxury. I can remember times where I was afraid to look at my checkbook. Oh my gosh, you know, I got my kid to bed and there was no yelling and screaming, and that was like the biggest luxury, to just snuggle them and read them a story and put them to bed gently. Oh my God, like there's a million luxuries and treats no matter what stage of life you're in. And if you're alone and you're traveling alone, or you're visiting somewhere alone, as I know many of you are, either for work or you're on your way back, and you have a quiet night's sleep and you wake up and you're not afraid in the morning, or you really appreciate the little luxuries even more, like it's hard to motivate yourself to work out and then you work out, that's a luxury, that's a treat. Feeling that sense of self-accomplishment and self-discipline is incredible. Better than any donut could ever taste. So really appreciate and enjoy those treats. Make the most of every opportunity to prove your worthiness, to prove your abundance, and to welcome that sense of joy into your life. And that is going to build your ideal weight mindset. It's going to help you lose weight to your ideal weight so much faster, maintain it with so much more ease and enjoyment, and kill any fear of food and eating, because you know you're enjoying every treat by the bite, but you're enjoying your life so much more. Shabbat Shalom.